the Flies.
Yes, Lord of the Flies. Okay. All right. So we finished reading chapter 5, and it was Lord of the Flies. The title was Beast from Water. Okay. So there were some new vocabulary words that you probably weren't too familiar with. However, there was one that you probably recognize because we had on our vocab quiz, which was jeer, right? We had the word jeer. Okay. So I just want to go over these really quick with you. I'm going to read them to you first, then we'll read them together, and then we'll practice using them in a sentence. Okay? All right. So the first word is ludicrous. Ludicrous. Say ludicrous.
Ludicrous.
Ludicrous. Second word is effigy.
Effigy.
The third word is lamentation.
Lamentation.
The next word is inarticulate.
Inarticulate.
Inarticulate. Good. Tempestuous.
Tempestuous.
And then you should recognize this word because we had it in our vocab words. That was the word jeer. But this one is
Jeering.
jeering. Okay. Notice I highlighted some of these little sections here.
Yeah.
So some words have prefixes, which come in the front, pre, and OUS would be the suffix here, which is ludicrous, meaning full of. Okay. The word ludicrous means to be playful, right? Silly. So ludicrous would be full of. Okay, so ludicrous means to be like happy, laughing, just in a joking way. Okay, being foolish. The next word is effigy. Effigy was used to describe a sculpture or a model of a person. Okay.
Yeah.
The root word here. Do you guys see the root word? Lament.
Lament.
Okay. When it's lamentation, the suffix here, okay, its meaning is that someone is going through grief. Okay, do you guys know what the word grief means? What is grief, Brian?
It means to have.
To have what?
To have.
I'll come back to you. Do you know, Esteban?
No.
Okay, so lament means when somebody is very, very sad, going through something that is making them super sad. Like if somebody dies, okay? If you ever experience losing a loved one or maybe a family pet, that's grief, the loss of something. Okay, so you're super, super sad. Yes, you're very doleful. Good one. So lamentation is you're experiencing that grief. Okay? Inarticulate, the word in is a prefix meaning not. Okay, like incapable means not capable. Okay. Inarticulate would be you're not able to speak. Okay. So not able to speak. Okay. Tempestuous, something that is strong. Okay. Or turbulent. So think of like the stormy weather. Stormy weather could be tempestuous, or someone's emotions could be tempestuous. Okay? And then jeering, I think you remember that one. When, for example, a baseball player strikes out and then the crowd starts jeering. What is that? Yeah, jeering. They kind of like start mocking the player, right? So it's to be making fun of or mocking someone. Okay? All right. So I want to, based on these vocab words, we're going to write our outline for our essay. And remember, our focus was on Jack's trait. Okay. Throughout the story, Jack is the main character, one of the main characters. Remember, we have Ralph, Piggy, and Jack as some of the main characters. Jack wanted to be cheap. You guys agree? Do you like that?
Yeah.
All right. Jack wanted to be cheap. Okay. What else does Jack want? We know he craves something like power, control.
Oh, the meat.
Jack.
He what?
He wants meat.
Okay. So he wants to kill, right?
Yeah.
He wants to hunt. So Jack wanted to be chief.
Jack
Jack
is
wants to do what? To hunt or kill? You guys want hunt?
Yeah.
Jack wants to hunt. Okay. Alright, Chloe, what would your next line be to describe a character trait for Jack? Jack wants to hunt. Wanna come up and write another line?
Yeah.
Jack wants to be chief. Jack wants to hunt. Jack wants to. So if he's gonna hunt, he's gonna have to do what to the pig? Kill. Jack wants to kill. Yeah? Right. Jack wants to kill the pig. Okay?
You know, the pigs, are they considered boys or what?
The pigs, we have female pigs and we have male pigs. Okay? Yeah, so Jack wants, what did we agree? Jack wants to kill the pig. Okay?
But
What do you want to do?
wants to kill a boy.
A boar, yes. So remember,
Aren't they more considered like boys and pigs?
yes, so if it's a male pig, it's a boar. Okay? Good job. Okay, Jack wants to a boar. All right, what did you forget? Okay, do we agree? Jack wants to kill a boar. All right, what are we missing at the end of our sentence? Period. Good. That's fine. All right, Brian, what else do you want to add to our outline here?
Jack.
Jack wanted to be chief. Jack wants to hunt. Jack wants to kill a boar. What else does want?
Jack wants.
What narrows it down to his character trait?
Jack wants to be to go on.
We talked about power, right?
Jack
He
wants to be power.
Yeah, Jack wants the power to what?
To.
If he has the power, what does that mean for the boys?
Maybe to. Jack wants to be a power to.
He wants to control the boys, right? So Jack wants the power. Okay. So do you want to write that down here? Jack wants power. Okay. Do we all agree? And the reason Jack wants the power is because
Jack wants.
Jack wants power. Okay. Yeah, because how does Jack feel about the rules that Ralph has put in place? Does he agree or disagree with Ralph's rules? He disagrees. Yeah. Okay, Chloe, can you think of something else? Jack, as a tyrant, he wants to be chief, he wants to hunt, he wants to kill a boar, which is a male pig, and he wants power. What else does Jack want that shows he's a tyrant? How does he feel controlling the boys? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Wait.
Oh, wait.
If he controls the boys, he has the power. So how does that make him feel? Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it makes him feel good. So do you want to say something about?
It's just that it might make the others feel bad, you know?
Yeah, the boys fear him, right? The boys fear him because he
But
is
they-
gaining the power
But
little by
they
little.
started to decide because they didn't I was not really doing that much, you know?
Right. And so remember in chapter 5, the story starts to shift towards Jack taking over the tribe, right? Because right now, Ralph has not been able to provide food. Who's providing the food right now? Jack. Okay. So if Jack wants to be chief, he wants to hunt, he wants to kill, and he wants the power. What does that tell us about Jack? He's a tyrant, but ultimately, what does this say about Jack? Jack is, what does he represent? What do you think he represents?
Darkness.
Darkness? Yeah. that Jack represents could be evil, darkness. What else? If he represents evil, he represents darkness. Could we say he represents death? Yeah? Okay. Well, which one do you want to write about? Evil, darkness, or death? What does Jack represent? Okay, so write Jack represents. Right, we'll spell it together. So Jack, and let's spell it out. Represents, R-E-P, presents, P-R-E-S-E-N-T-S, represents. Which one do you want to make? Evil or darkness or what? Okay, what do we put after our good job? Right, thank you. All right, so we have our title, which is Jack the Tyrant. Let's read it together. Jack
Jack wanted to be a chief.
Where's my book? Okay. Jack wanted to be chief. Let's read the second line.
Jack wants to hunt.
Jack
Jack wants to kill a boar.
Jack
Jack wants
power.
Jack represents evil.
All right. I noticed this is kind of off, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take it off here. I'm gonna put it right here. Okay. That's a little bit confusing. All right. So now it says Jack wants to kill a boar. Okay. Jack wants power.
Oh, I see.
Jack
You
represents
didn't see that
evil.
earlier?
Sad. How did I notice that?
It's okay, because sometimes, they're just to get it, so that's okay. All right, so for our essay, we're going to choose between two characters, Jack or Ralph, okay? So we discussed that Jack represents evil, darkness, he's the antagonist. Ralph is going to be the opposite, okay? Because if it's Ralph versus Jack, then Ralph is going to represent everything good. So what's the opposite of evil? Good. What's the opposite of darkness?
Lightness.
Light. Okay, so we have light. And what's the opposite of death? Light. Okay. So Jack doesn't care if they get rescued. Okay, he doesn't even think about that anymore. He's lost that concept of getting rescued. But Ralph represents the opposite. Ralph thinks that there is hope. Okay, that's why he wants that signal, that smoke signal, which is that fire. Okay, and he doesn't want to die on the island. He still thinks that, hey, boys, we still have a chance. Let's work together and try to get rescued. Okay, all right. So for our next lesson, we're gonna do.
Yeah, like, I mean, Ralph wants to make it temporary for stay on the island, but Jack just wants to be sticking in there. It should be permanent.
Yeah, because Jack pretty much has lost hope. He thinks that they're gonna stay on the island forever, so he's gonna take the advantage and make it his island. Okay. Ralph is still hopeful, just like Piggy, and they're thinking, no, we need to work together to kind of get off the island.
I mean, he says that kind of selfish with Jack, like not because he can't see his family. Like,
Yeah, he is being selfish because now he's just thinking about himself. Yeah, for sure. Okay.
He's probably trying to be disappointed. Yeah, most likely.
Probably. Yeah, I'm sure they will be. Okay, so for the next lesson, we'll do some shared reads. Okay?
Okay.